will study about the some topics which are left in the operators chapter. So mainly the topic left that are precedence of the operator and conditional operator. So these operator I will explain you, and also I will explain the conditional operator. Just give a moment so that I can take picture of the conditional operator, sorry, precedence of the operator, and so that I can upload it, I can show to you with the pictures, uh, and teach to you with the pictures. So just give me a moment, only 1 minute I need from you. Okay, so students, first I want to explain the conditional operator. What are conditional operators? So let me show you and open the BlueJ operator, sorry, BlueJ tool for showing this one. Let them it open. Okay, so it is open right now. So if I do just click on this, you got this one, and I already explained to you how you can open the BlueJ and what is the procedures of starting your program. So students, what are conditional operator? Conditional operator is also said to be the ternary operator. So conditional operators, what are these? It is used to, that means the operator which works on more than, which works on not more than, work on three operand is called conditional or ternary operator. Okay, so how you can use this one? Suppose I have a values int a equal to 12 and b equal to 13, and I am writing here the conditional, the syntax of conditional operator is this one. Let me show you. That means result, you can write here result equal to condition question mark statement first colon statement second. So what does it mean? If the given condition is satisfied, then what happen? This statement, first statement will be printed. If this condition is not satisfied, then statement second will be printed, and it goes to the result. When I will print the result, then I will get the answer. So how this will happen? Suppose if I write, so the result will be in integer. So int c if, so if a is greater than b, so what is 12 is not greater than 13, question mark print b colon a. So if a is greater than b, then print b, otherwise a. So I think this is not true, so it goes to a. So a print, what is the value of a? 12. So c goes to 12, that means the value of c becomes right now 12. Let's see here, if I am going to print the c, then see what's here. Class compiled, no syntax error. Let me run this. First watching the output, you got the answer 12. Okay, so how this is happened? What I said, if this condition is true, it print first one statement. If this condition is false, That means, let me again explain you. If this condition is true, that means satisfied, then the first condition, the first statement goes to the C, and if this is false, that means it is not satisfied, then the second statement result will goes to the C. So I think this is not satisfied, 12 is not greater than 13, so A goes to C. So that means C value, the value of C becomes the value of A. So what is the value of A is 12. So if you are going to print C, then result will be 12. Okay, so I think right now you are clear what I am saying. Just give me a moment. Only 1 minute I need. And one more thing I want to explain today, that are how you can solve the your expressions, some questions which is related with the increment and decrement operators. So one thing I also explained to you, student, that how, that means uh, if in the conversion I explained, that means if you are converting a big data a small data type to a big data type, so there is no need to write the type conversion operator. But if you are converting a small data type to a that means a big data type to a small data type, then there is a need of writing that type conversion. That means that are the necessary condition of having the necessary condition is there must be the type conversion operator. So let me write one questions for you so that you people can understand it easily. The question is, this is based on increment and decrement operator. So so students, suppose I have this question, how you can solve this type of question. Suppose I have plus plus y, then plus y, then minus minus, then plus, then minus minus y. We have this question, and we have the values int y equal to 6. We have this value int y equal to 6. Or we can also have, suppose I need I have int y equal to 8. Then how you can, what is the answer of this one if this expression is written? So you know that this is pre-increment, this is post-decrement, and this is pre-decrement. So students, this is pre, and give me a moment, just wait 1 minute. So if you, meaning of this, let me clear the meaning of this first one. So pre means first increment or decrement, then use. Post means first use, then increment or decrement. first use then increment or decrement. This is the use of this one. So students, so what does it mean? It means that first increment or decrement then use. That means if there are pre-increment, then it will first increment. If there are pre-decrement, then it will first decrement. Okay, so I think you can understand what I am saying. So what does it mean? What is here? This is pre-increment. So pre-increment means first increment. You know this, first increment then use. That means y becomes 9 here. Y becomes 9 here. Let me write here. Y becomes 9. Then use. That means then write the value of 9. Then our cursor Java. That means we will move here. Then you know y becomes 9 right now. So again 9. And what is the this is basically post decrement. So first use then decrement. So you just use 9 then decrement, it becomes right now 8. Here you will get 8. So this is says that first decrement then use, then 8 becomes 7 right now. 8 becomes 7 right now. So what is the answer of y? You will get 9 plus 9, 18, or 18 or 7. I think some points we have left. Okay. Okay, if one more complicated thing, if there is y plus, just see here, y plus, then what is the mean of this y plus? You know this is compact notation or shorthand notation. So this means that y equal to y plus this one. Let me open here, y equal to y plus y plus y minus minus plus minus minus y. Okay, so this is the meaning of this one, y plus equal to this one. So this is compact or shorthand notation. I already explained to you, and you know that first 8 will be here, so 8 will write over here 8, then it becomes 9, then it becomes 9 again, then 9 becomes 8, and it goes to 8, then pre-decrement it becomes 7. So what answers will be? You will get 9 plus 9 plus 8, so 26, and 26 so plus 7, 33. So you will get answer 33. Again take one more question. If I take x equal to plus x minus x plus minus minus x, and you have the value like int x equal to 5. What is the answer? How you will solve this question? Just watch it very carefully, otherwise you cannot solve this question. Otherwise it will create a problem for you. So students, you know that this is pre-increment. So pre-increment means first increment then use. So x equal to, it becomes 6. Okay. Then what is this? Minus will be here, and x plus plus. So first use then increment. So what is the value of x? Becomes right now 6. So 6. Then it will become 7. So it goes to 7 over here. So 7 will be here. So it is pre-decrement. So 7 becomes again 6. So you will get the answer 6. F equal to 6. So your homework will be, you will write, and I will show you the actually some problems is in the sharing of this PDF, and just wait, let me try once more time, because it is time consuming. A lot of timing is consumed by this one. That's why just give me a moment. If it will be shared, okay, I think it's coming. It's again time. Okay, I will show you later the precedence of the operators later on. So thank you, students. Your homework will be, you will write all these exercise questions which are related with increment and decrement operator. Thank you.